Imagine your child, 8 years old, wandering around, just happens to find his way in the gun cabinet. Pulls out a Glock, possibly loaded, possibly not, starts looking down the barrel. That's worst case scenario. My name's Hunter Allen, and I'm here to talk about firearm safety. So my first big point today would be muzzle awareness. We should be able to identify the muzzle and know what it does. The muzzle is at the end of the firearm. It can be pictured here, right there. See this right here? That's the muzzle. It's where the projectile comes out, and wherever that's pointing, it's lethal. It's going to kill somebody. So we always got to know where to point. So if you're at a range, you want to point down range, make sure there's nothing behind it. So next thing you have to know is the obstruction and care about it. So you have to make sure it's unloaded. Then you can look down the muzzle. Make sure there's no dirt, nothing obstructing it, because it can possibly cause the firearm to misfire and possibly injure you. My second point would be keeping the firearm loaded, knowing when to keep it loaded and where and how to unload it. So we have a magazine right here. This end right here is a magazine. That is where you put bullets in. So without bullets, firearm can't do anything. But when there is bullets, it becomes a lethal weapon. Second thing is you have to know what type of ammunition the firearm uses. So say you're using 45, so you're going to use a 45 caliber round, and it goes in the magazine. The only time to load your firearm is when you're ready to fire. And when you're ready to fire, you got to make sure you're pointing down range. Because if you load it before you're ready to fire, that's how accidents happen. And that's what we want to avoid. So most fatal shootings are accidental. 35% of accidents are fatal because of people abusing safety rules. Perceptions of gun safety and legitimacy among detained gun offenders is where I obtained my statistics from. My third point would be firing malfunctions. What is it? What do they do? Firing malfunctions is whatever weapon system you're using, rifle, pistol, shotgun. If there's a firing malfunction, your weapon is not firing correctly. So there could be an obstruction, one thing. It could be using the wrong ammunition, which happens more times than not. You just got to know how to take care of these. First thing you want to do is make sure your weapon's on safety. Then you can begin to unload your firearm. Take a look at the ammunition, break it down, check inside the muzzle, make sure there's nothing blocking it. Simple things. You just got to take care of. Multiple types of malfunctions, of course. Obstruction being the biggest one. Some people happen to leave the firearm in the dirt. Now you have dirt in your barrel. You got to make sure stop. Okay, so big thing on how to keep them from occurring is taking big care of your firearm, making sure it's maintained and cleaned at all times, and definitely necessity, break it down, know how it works. That's a big one. There's really 10 rules of safe gun handling, but those 4 are probably the biggest ones, which is muzzle awareness, keeping the firearm unloaded, firing malfunctions, and our final point, target awareness. Target awareness, you have to be able to identify your target. So if you're at a range, it's going to be probably a black silhouette, probably 100 meters out. You want to make sure that's the only thing you're shooting. You want to know what's beyond and what's around your target, so to stop injuries from occurring. It's very important for a target awareness because if there's somebody behind it that you don't see, right there, fatal accident, you have no idea. You have to be able to utilize and behave skills using situational training. Because without those, accidents are going to occur. So, children and firearms are normally not a very good idea. It can cause big accidents. I mean, suicides, we have suicides of rate 73%. And between age ranges for those, most of them are young adults aged between 14 and 18. If we are able to teach our kids firearm safety, we can avoid accidents. So what we have learned today are 4 very important rules when it comes to handling and firing a gun, which are muzzle awareness, keeping the firearm unloaded, firing malfunctions, and target awareness. They all play a pivotal role in keeping everyone safe, keeping us from losing our Second Amendment. Using these will keep everybody alive, keep our Second Amendment protected, and pretty much everything we need.